All right, welcome back, family. We'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of Q and A. I'm Q,
And I'm A.
and we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in with us. Before we get started, we would like to ask you guys to like, subscribe, share.
All of the above.
Yeah,
And before we start our conversation for today, we do want to let you know that everything that we say is not professional opinions or anything like that. This is just our personal from, what we think and what we've experienced.
correct. And with that being said, today's topic will be co-parenting.
Hey.
Yeah, and we per- me, what, you want to start? Or?
You can start.
Okay, so I feel like this is a topic that needs to be talked about because it's it actually affects our community. You know what I'm saying? It affects other communities, but it seems to be a very hot topic in our community. You know what I mean? So.
And not only that, it's affecting our lives. This is something that
Right.
we are dealing with. So,
So, like we say, it's not professional advice, but it is experienced advice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Okay.
it ain't
Yeah,
like
exactly.
We just talking. You know.
Yeah,
We are
we-
literally living through this.
Yeah.
As we speak.
So we do want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments.
Right.
Be free.
You know. So, okay, so the thing is, okay, I have kids. She has kids.
We have kids together.
You understand? So there comes a time where certain situations happen, right? So for example, one situation that we had to face was me not being able to see my kids because whatever reason. Now I'm gonna say it, because I wasn't paying child support
At the time.
At the time, right? Now whenever I'm able to pay child support, I pay. But the minute that I'm not able to pay, it instantly becomes a problem.
Even if it's just for a week or two,
Yeah.
it's like,
oh,
well, you can't pay for child support, so,
you can't see your kids.
or you can see the kids, but they can't bring nothing over there.
Yeah, like just weird stuff. And I'm like, how does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Given the fact that, okay, even though I'm not able to pay child support, that doesn't mean that I'm not able to be a father. That
It doesn't
mean that I'm not able to instill discipline in my kids, or I'm not able
to teach them things. Listen, just because you can't pay child support does not mean that makes you less of a parent.
Right. You know what I mean? And the way that social media is set up these days, like, okay, I get, you know what I'm saying, adults, they use the platform for whatever reason, but when kids that don't have kids, you know what I'm saying, go on social media and they see these things like women saying, oh, he don't pay child support, he don't deserve to see his kids.
They're
like
thinking that's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
They're not knowing, okay, well, this is just something that person's going through, or this is how that person's dealing with whatever it is that they got going on.
Right.
They're not thinking, oh, well,
That's
maybe,
not right.
maybe I shouldn't deal with it like that. Maybe, every situation is different. But here's my thing. Like, I feel like if I am able to do for my kids, when they come and spend, whatever weekend they spend with us, we don't ask for you to pay for food. We don't ask for you to pay for the clothes they wear, the stuff that they do, the internet over here that they use to watch TV. When we go to the park, to the grocery store, anything. We don't ask for nothing to be paid for. All we ask is we want to see the kids. That's it.
That's it. And I feel like not just me as a father, but it's 100 million fathers in the world that's going through this, and they feel like their hands are tied simply because the state is involved. And it's like, oh, well, the state says you have to pay child support. Well, okay, if the state may say that, but that was 50, 60 years ago.
Not only that, let's talk realistically. I didn't have a baby with the state. The state doesn't know the kind of relationship that we have. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, the state don't care.
Right.
That's irrelevant.
Right.
And so for me as a mom, like the problem that I have is the kids that we have together, they constantly are asking for their brothers and sisters.
And that's another problem. You know
They
what I
are constantly asking for their brothers and sisters, and we let them know, okay, we're gonna go see them, or we're gonna go get them on the weekend, or anything like that. But the thing is, like the weekend that we can't have them, it doesn't affect us as much as it affects our kids.
Right.
Do you understand? Not just the kids we have together, but the kids that he has, and the kids you understand? Like it affects the kids more than anything else. And that's where our concern comes in. We don't want our kids to be, oh, I don't know where my brother is, or I want to see my brother but I can't, and this is our weekend to see our brother, what's going on. The kids shouldn't have to worry about those things. You
Because
understand what I'm saying?
Because it's simply not their problem. You understand? Like, yeah, you want. I want kids to be kids for as long as they're able to be kids, because once they're out into the world, you know what I'm saying? It's none of that. Like you can't do those childish things, and you know what I'm saying?
That stuff is not just acceptable anymore.
It's
You
not
can't
gonna
just.
fly. You know what I mean? And it's the same with an adult. Like you have to be an adult about the situation. You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm looking at it like this. Okay, so if a father isn't able to pay child support, he doesn't get to see his child or his children, right? So if a mother isn't able to feed the child, she still has the opportunity to be a mother to
And
that
see
child. You know what I'm saying? She could take them to school. She could go ask, oh, I need food stamps. You know what I mean? Like a dad can't be like, oh, look, I can't pay child support this month. I need child support help. You get where I'm going?
Matter of fact, let's slow down for a second. They don't even give fathers the chance to get as much food stamps, or to get approved for food stamps as much as they give for us as women. And I get it. We the one that cook and we the one that does that. But there are fathers out there who are the ones that are doing all these things.
Right. And not to mention, a lot of women don't even want to take on that role no more. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I got to cook for you. You know what I'm saying? You're not my husband. Like some women don't even want to cook for their husbands.
That's another topic.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll talk about that some other time, because.
Right, but you see how it just messes everything up. You know what I mean? It's like a ripple effect. It's like
so. Honestly, so my thing is, nothing is more important than the kids. If the kids are not happy, if the kids are not satisfied, then what are we doing? Right. What are we doing? Right. If you are a mom and your child is like, why I can't see mom? That, like, doesn't that make you feel some type of way on the inside? Like, I don't understand. Like, for me, just hearing it makes me feel like, oh man, I'm gonna take you to them right now.
Yeah, I can see if it was a situation where like the child was being abused, or you know what I'm saying, mistreated.
Not being treated right, not being fed,
you know what I mean?
coming back to you like, dirty, okay, and stuff like that. It's
understandable.
It's never anything like that. Like the situation is never anything like us not doing something for the child. It's always, well, you're not paying child support, so you can't see the child.
Right. And that's the only knock you could like really put.
And the crazy part is, at that time, when he wasn't paying child support, we were still buying school supplies. We were still buying clothes. We were still,
supporting.
He just could not do the child support part. You know, the part that the government has the hand in. You know what I'm saying? But school supplies, we bought them for all of the kids. And if we start telling you guys how many kids we have, you guys will not believe it. Yeah. For all of the kids, school supplies.
And we're not saying this to toot my horn, but this is fact. Like, this is factual information, you understand? And like I say, I'm not the only man that's dealing with it. We're not the only relationship that has to experience this problem, you know what I mean? But with this conversation, we could change the narrative. Well, hopefully we could change the narrative and change not only the problems that we're dealing with,
but a way for other people to be able to talk to each other. That's look, that's all it comes down to. If you're able to talk to each other and compromise, it's gonna be so much easier. Like so much easier because you have to think about it like this. It has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with us. All this has everything to do with the kids. I don't care. I don't care if you like me. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you want to talk to me. You don't have to do any of those things.
Even with that, like, okay, it's a lot of times, say a man and a woman break up, right? Then of course, they move on and get new lovers, right? And then that becomes a problem. Like, oh, I don't like your new girlfriend. Like, she's not gonna see my kids. I don't want my kids around her. Well, why?
Before we end this session, I want to bring up one more thing. So this is a situation that actually happened between us, you know, and mind you, we're married. We're married. But let me say this. So what he was saying about, you know, seeing other people, you know, when we first started dating 5 years ago, it became a problem where, oh, well, I don't like her, or, you know, if you're gonna bring my kids around her, I have to meet her and know her and talk to her or something. Right. But when it's the flip side, which is something they agreed on. Okay, either of them bring anybody into the relationship. You know, you have to meet the person. But when it was the flip side, all of a sudden it's like months went by and he has no idea that this man is coming to around the house and he finds out by the kids.
But I have to be okay with it because she's the
mother. That's not right.
Nah, right.
If you set a rule for both sides, it has to stick for both sides.
You have to abide by it.
That's not fair. That's not right.
Like you cannot be truthful with yourself, man. You can't, because once you start lying to yourself, then you start lying to the kids. You know what I'm saying? And that just makes y'all relationship worse. You know what I'm saying?
Because when kids start finding out the truth, which they will,
and they always do, it's gonna blow back on you. Yeah, and we personally might not love you or want to talk to you or anything, but that's not the kind of relationship we want you to have with our child. Our child. Right. This child belongs to all of us now. Yes, right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not just the mama and daddy no more. Now you have your
mama,
your
daddy, stepmama. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's okay. Family is important. It's okay to have a huge family. You know, you have stepmoms and stepdads and moms and dads and new uncles and new grandparents, and it's a wonderful thing. But listen, in order for the kids to be able to enjoy that, we have to make that possible. We cannot take them away from things. We cannot take them away from things that we are providing them. We are bringing them into other, you know what I'm saying, other families, and then we're like, oh, well, you can't go see them because I don't like them.
Yeah, or you ain't pay child support this one.
You ain't pay child support, so so the kids can't go see her grandparents even though they love going over there.
Yeah, right. See?
Who's that hurting?
And then that's another thing. When those children don't get to see their father or their mother, you have to think about the extended family that they're missing out on, like grandparents, uncles, cousins, you know what I'm saying? Great aunts.
That hurts me. Don't get me wrong. It hurts me, but it's hurting the kids more because to them, they're not understanding.
Like, why I don't get to see, I won't never get to see. Y'all hear a lot of people like, man, I don't even know my daddy's side of the family. I hardly even know, you know what I'm saying, know them because X,
my
Y,
mama
Z.
don't let me go over there.
Yeah, you know, X, Y, Z. And then it's like, yo, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you have a father. You know you have a mother and a father. You know what I mean? So if you have a mother and a father, you know you have two grandmothers, two grandfathers. You know what I'm saying? And growing up knowing only one, you know what I'm saying?
One side of the family, it's lopsided. I don't even know how to
You
explain
begin
it.
to lose yourself like
Yeah,
that.
like wait a minute, there's a
have
part
all
of me
these-
that's missing.
right. And you can't explain it. You don't know what the problem is.
You just know something
is
isn't
missing.
right.
You know what I mean? And that may not be the overall problem, but that has a role to
right.
play in how you carry yourself, how you treat others, how you treat women,
How you treat
men.
yourself.
You know what I mean? Like
How you-
all these things are tied to each other. It's just like the circle of life. Everything
It's tied to each other.
Is tied to each other. You know what I mean? And that's what we have to understand. Like if you cut all the trees out in the world, there will be no more oxygen for us to breathe. Well, I'm not gonna say
There's not
oxygen.
gonna be no paper.
Yeah, right. It's no clean out. You understand
It's
what I'm
just a
saying?
cycle. There's so many things that's gonna be lost.
Yeah,
But we don't
simply
want
from
to.
cutting out them trees.
We don't want to take up too much of your time because we can literally keep talking
Yes.
forever.
Yes.
But just stay tuned for our next video. We don't want to tell you what we're going to be talking about, but
So you have to tune in, subscribe.
tune in,
Make sure you
subscribe,
subscribe.
watch. We are
And
really,
comment.
yeah, we're really fun. We just like to talk about, things that we've experienced. Not necessarily, it might not apply to you, but you can always
You
tune
can
in.
always, yeah. If it don't apply, let
different-
it fly. But you know somebody that's dealing with this, and everybody on Facebook. So you know what I mean? You see these things. It's not like we just picking the stuff out the air. Like you see these things. You know. I mean, so if we didn't help you, hopefully.
We helped somebody today.
Right, and you could just point them out and say, look, check out Q&A.
Q&A.
They got some good information for you. You know what I mean? So, once again, we thank y'all, man, for y'all support. Don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, share.
Hey, bye.